My writing became my therapy. I started searching for the motivation in everything in my life. And I started thinking about my mother, how she stayed with this man. No matter what happened, she would not leave. She stayed by his side and she loved him to the day she died. She loved, and I just couldn't understand why she would stay in this abuse. And I had come to a point where I was doing pretty well. I could have moved her out of the house. She still stayed. And then one day I'm praying, like, God, what is this? And the word came to me, she didn't feel worthy.
Wow.
And if you live in a place where you don't feel worthy, then you can't allow any good thing to come into your life. Every good thing, you find a way to self-sabotage it in the back of your mind. You may be saying, oh yes, I want this for sure, I want this for sure. But that unworthiness, and that comes from what something mama said or daddy said or childhood or bullying or abuse. So you carry all of that into adulthood and you don't feel worthy. And in searching my own motivations, I realized very early on that I didn't think I was worthy. Until I learned in the Word that I'm worthy because God says you're worthy. Yeah. If God gave you the breath in your body, then that makes you worthy. And just that alone took a lot of the guilt out of it for me, you know? And understanding that His thoughts toward us are pure. Yeah, and to give us a hope. You know, those things are very, very important. And I think that if more people could understand that, get to worthy. Just get, no matter what you do, get to worthy. Let worthy be the focus. That doesn't mean you're arrogant. That doesn't mean you're cocky. What that means is that you believe what God says about you. If I went through this and I made it to a higher level, even though I feel like there's higher for me to go, if I made it, you can too. What is your higher? What is your higher in your life? What is the next step in love and finances and family and friendships and whatever? What is that for you? Whatever that is for you, reach for that. Pray for that, strive for that, fast for that, ask God for that. Don't stop pushing until you get to that. That's what I want people walking away with, that kind of encouragement.
You know, we all have a recording playing in our mind, and some people don't realize the recording is wrong. Because they grew up with people that didn't teach them the right things. So it's I'm not attractive, I'm not talented, I can't do what they did, you know, and I'm not worthy. They're saying, until you change that recording, you'll never reach your destiny. You gotta go back to plug it in. You are who God says you are, not who people say you are. And God says you're blessed, you're valuable. In Ephesians, He calls you a masterpiece. And I think you get that down on the inside. And again, it's not an arrogance. It's not I'm better than somebody else. It's just I know who I am. I'm a child of the Most High God. I'm not here by accident. You know, God breathed life into me. God breathed life into each one of us. But I really think that's the first step to stepping up to become who you were created to be, to know that God breathed life into you. I mean, the Scripture says He's crowned us with favor, that we have His, you know, royal blood flowing through our veins. So, you know, if you can change that recording, you know, turn off the old, plug in the new. You know, you are who God says you are, valuable, talented, one of a kind.
Like we all have a candle that we're given to carry, this little light of mine my mother used to sing about. We all have this light, and that light is your destiny. That light is the thing that's going to lead you to your path. What is that in your own life? So I always wanted to ask in alignment to what that light was. There have been many times when I was struggling and homeless and broke and out on the street and didn't have anything and any food, and $20 would have made the difference between me having food for a week or not. But that light, that compass that was always there, was always saying, for me, I know now it was the voice of God and the light of God, and the light of Christ saying, you know what? You're going to be okay. Just pay attention to this. So what I would always ask according to the light. I would ask God to do things according to the way this light was shining, or whichever direction it was. It was a light unto my feet. So whichever way it was leading me to, that is what I'd ask.